Hey, how are you? My name is Phil. Welcome back to Destiny 2. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my 8 Warlock builds that I have for Root of Nightmares raid. Now, are all of these builds going to get used? No. Am I going to go super in depth into every one of them? No. You're probably going to be getting this screen and a quick little blurb about each build as I talk about them a little bit. But I want to talk about them, maybe give you ideas for how you think about your builds for day one raids, and just have this be a general resource video maybe, or just in case you come and watch me live on Twitch when I'm participating in the day one raid and you want to find out what builds I'm using. Well, use a resource of the gist idea of all the builds I'm using. The mods might be different, the weapons might be different, but overall these are typically the ideas that I'm going to be running with. Let's hop into it. First things first, let's start with the strand builds. Number one is the Threadling Lord build. The idea being that I spawn a bunch of Threadlings with my Swarmer boots to cause unravel across the entire battlefield, and just as a result debuff enemies with said unravel, and just spread damage all over the place. It makes use of the eating of your grenade, the mind spun invocation, and making basically 8, yes it is 8, Threadlings spawn all at once when I cast my Rift. We make the Threadlings have better unravel effects, we regenerate our grenade faster, our Threadlings are better, and our strand weapons can make Threadlings. Can you tell we like Threadlings with this build? Will this build see the light of day? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the encounters. It's so hard to tell exactly what's going to happen, but this is a build I have in the back pocket just in case this is exactly what we need. Next up is my Osteostriga suspension build. This is a build that a lot of Warlocks have been running and loving right now, and it's one that on average works incredibly well. This is the variant that I run of it. In case you're wondering about these, it's Mind, Wisdom, Generation Continuity, pause as needed. The idea being that you consume your Shackle Grenade with Mind Spun Invocation, get Weaver's Trance going, and then as a result of that, you are able to use Osteostriga to spread poison, spread suspensions, and spread damage all over the heckin' place, making it so that you are just a damage machine. You run stuff that'll often make your melees come back faster, so you can throw melees at the suspended targets to cause unraveling. You run stuff that makes your Striga deal better damage, and you do stuff that makes your melees come back because your grenade comes back so fast due to the aspects and fragments you are running in your subclass. It's a very powerful build, it's a very reliable build. I don't know if I'll be using it because my co-warlock loves this build a lot, and running two of them at once, they kind of have negative synergy. But if we're not on the same team, it might work out great for both of us to be doing this and just suspending the world, spreading poison everywhere, and just dealing tons of damage. This build is one that you probably recognize. It's the one that I just put a video out on the channel. It is my grapple melee of the world, make tons of super energy, make tons of orbs build. It will mostly be for ad clear type situations. It is incredibly powerful. It does a lot of damage. It kills stuff very efficiently. I get my super very fast from all of these super gain mods. I make a ton of orbs from all of these orb generation mods. And I'm typically very survivable with pretty good strand weapon damage as well. Now there's a second variant of it, which listen, I gotta get the clickbait of my 8 builds ready for day 1 raiding. That's some crazy clickbait. But yeah, this is the other variant of it, the Karnstein Armlet build. It is the same build, it just runs a little bit more strand weapon damage in the boots because I don't have to run heal on orb pickup because Karnsteins heal me on melee kills. You get a lot of melee kills with this build. Will either of these builds see play? They're very dangerous, but they're incredibly effective, so I will probably try and go into the raid with them equipped. We will see as the raid goes on to see whether or not these are worth a damn. Either way, these builds are incredibly powerful and fun, and I hope to make good use of them in the raid. This is my one and only Void Warlock build. It is based on the idea of Controverse Hold and super overcharged grenades. You get tons of super energy, tons of healing, and just tons of, well, survivability. The build is incredibly strong, incredibly survivable, and as long as there are enemies around that I am able to kill, I will probably never die with this build equipped. It's a very straightforward build. You use Feed the Void and Chaos Accelerant to make your Controverse Hold grenades even more powerful, and Feed the Void to make Devour activate on ability kill. You also want stuff to explode, you want your lingering grenade effects to have increased duration, and you want to grant yourself volatile rounds, because with the seasonal artifact stuff, you can run stuff like Final Weapon Regnant, and they will always have volatile rounds, essentially, between either you picking up the orbs created by your grenades, or by just granting it to them by getting grenade kills. This build is nuts in terms of raw survivability and raw potential. My god, it just... It rips things to shreds. It's just not the most exciting build. It's a tried and true. It's an old reliable. It's something that is in the back pocket in case there is a massive pile of ads encounter where we are able to kill them in a semi-timely manner. I don't imagine it'll see too much play because typically ads are really tanky in raids. So something like this build might not pay off in the long run. However, we will see. This right here is my stasis build, which will probably not see play. This is once again another backup case of this build does what it does and it does it well. You throw out a million stasis turrets using your osmiomancy gloves. They will shatter and go seeking stuff by using ice flare bolts. You will take reduced damage when you're near frozen things. Defeating stuff will give you class ability energy. You'll have really big explosions, and your slows from your abilities will last longer. These are a very straightforward build that is probably not going to see much play because, well, we're kind of in a meta of kill stuff before it kills you, not a matter of control of the battlefield. However, if stuff is really tanky, if there's maybe a portion where you have to hold down a plate and enemies are coming at you from all sides, like, say, Totems of Kingsfall, or like, say, the first encounter of Vow of the Disciple, sometimes stasis can make a little appearance about you know where the enemies are coming from. You set up stasis turrets where they're spawning from, and all of a sudden, nothing threatens you or your allies ever again. Keep in mind, this is all hypothetical and theoretical. You have no idea what the new raid is going to be like. That's why this raid is this build is in my back pocket for the raid, just in case. This is my Starfire Protocol solo lock build. This is probably what you're going to see me play the most of on day one, because this is an incredibly consistent build that does a lot of things right, and all of those things add up to tons of wells and tons of damage. Starfire Protocol is insane at boss DPS because of just the way that you can throw extra grenade after extra grenade after extra grenade. And you own those in tandem with Touch of Flame, and all of a sudden you have double exploding healing grenades that are destroying the world. You also can run torches to make yourself radiant and your allies radiant. You can apply more scorch stacks with ashes. You can have better ignitions, which is actually more for my incandescent SMG than it is for my sticky nades. That's beside the point. And Ember Resolve, the thing that makes this build go from S tier to S plus tier. Your solar grenades heal you. As if they didn't do enough making orbs, giving you tons of super energy, they also heal you on kill now. This build is insane. It does it all. I might not use it simply because of the fact that I like using different builds, but this is all reliable. It does so much. You've probably seen several builds like this before. This is just what I'm running with it. The weapons that I'll probably be running with it include an incandescent SMG, and Izanagi's Burden, maybe a Wither Horde depending on the fight, and probably a rocket launcher of some sort. Builds dope, does so much. And my final build here is another break glass in case of emergency style build. It is a variant on the well build. It is just using Lunafaction boots instead of sticky grenades for the chest piece. This is a build that will probably not see the light of day. I don't expect this to be used. However, if there is a boss where we are using shotguns for DPS, say like Taniks or Atrax, for example, from Deepstone Crypt, that extra range will make sure that you essentially never have damage fall off with your shotguns, so it will be a case of maybe, just maybe, shotgun slug meta will come back, and we will all be very thankful that I have a Lunafaction's boots well that is set up and ready to go. Unlikely, but once again, just like the stasis build, this is in my back pocket just in case. Now, you did just hear a lot of hemming and hawing and a lot of, well, this might work, this might be good, this might be not, and it's because we don't know what the raid is. That is the number one thing that I want to hammer home right here at the end of this video. We don't know what the raid is, so it is impossible to know which loadouts will be good, which loadouts will be bad, which weapons will be good, which weapons will be bad. That's why I didn't even mention weapons. I am having a plethora of weapons infused up, from exotics to craftable weapons to any and all number of things. I'm going to make sure my deterministic chaos is here in my inventory, just in case there's a boss fight, where consistently weakening the boss can be quite difficult, and just slapping on a deterministic chaos can be more than enough in order to keep up a weakening debuff to make the DPS phase go easier. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to be good. We don't know what's going to be bad. That's why I am making all of these builds, and why I'm showing you all of these builds, dear viewer, so you can see what I think about when I'm planning for a raid. I have builds for DPS, I have builds for survivability, and I have builds for my teammates' survivability, all wrapped up in one nice little tidy warlock package. No matter what, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff. I do apologize. I will not be able to make dim links down in the description for all of this. There will not be enough time. I barely have enough time to edit and put this video together before raid day because I still have lots of stuff to do in and out of game. But you can pause the video at any points. You should be able to see most of the mods and stuff that I'm using, and if not, I have builds up on the channel of most of these builds at this point in some way, shape, or form. Thanks for hanging out and watching, though. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to catch you in the next one.